Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to be focusing on a very potent and powerful conjunction, and this occurs with the Sun, Lord Surya, Rahu, the North Node, and Neptune. So, this is all happening in sidereal Pisces. And if you want to look up how this is going to affect your personal chart, I included a link in the comments and description. If you just go to astrologicaltarot.com, you can also look there. It's just Vedic chart calculations, so you can follow along today. Okay, so this is a Sun, Rahu, Neptune conjunction in sidereal Pisces. It happens to happen in Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra. Now, this is directly opposite Ketu, the south node in Uttara Phalguni, and that's in Virgo. So this alignment is highly charged, and it's going to carry some really significant karmic implications because we're heading into that solar eclipse just coming out of the lunar eclipse. So I really wanted to highlight this energy today. So this conjunction is happening in the sign of Pisces. This is the sign of spirituality, illusion, our subconscious, and it combines the energies of, like I said, the Sun, which is our ego and our vitality, Rahu, which represents the superego, desire, obsessions, and Neptune. This is the planet of dreams and confusion. So this creates a really powerful vortex of energy, and it could potentially lead to a lot of heightened intuition, okay, but also delusion. Okay, so we have to be aware of those things. It can bring a lot of confusion, and a lot of boundaries can be blurred during this time. And we're already seeing that a little bit in the collective, so we need to be on guard for some of this. Okay. Now, Ketu's opposition is in Virgo, and that's, like I said, in Uttara Phalguni. And that's going to add a layer of detachment to all of this, potentially leading to some disillusionment with the material pursuits versus our spiritual liberation. That's kind of the tug and pull that I'm seeing from Rahu and Ketu being in these positions. All right. And that's what these eclipses are bringing us as well. So let's talk a little bit about Purva Bhadrapada, because that is where this conjunction is taking place, okay, where the eclipses are being settled. So it's ruled by Aja Ikapada. Who is that? That is a form of Rudra, and he represents fiery transformation and the potential for both creation and destruction. Now, he's also like a one-footed goat, is kind of how it's seen. And he can also, he's known for not being very attractive. But the reason behind that is because these are particular souls that are learning that you can be not the best looking person physically on the outside, but you can have one of the most beautiful hearts on the inside. Okay, and some of us have to be reborn into bodies and learn that. That's kind of how my guru explained it. So this is going to be opposite Uttara Phalguni. That's the other nakshatra. And nakshatras are basically groups of stars in the sky. That's how we do our Vedic calculations. Okay. So this is ruled by Ahriman, and he is the god of contracts and partnerships. And he represents our stability, our social connections, and our material comforts. And when Ketu goes through this, those things get taken away, okay, in favor of spiritual transformation. So if you're feeling this in the collective, you are not alone. It's a bit of a tug of war going on. So the tension between these nakshatras, it really highlights the conflict between our spiritual aspirations and our material desires. So it's important that we don't let the material cloud our way forward as spiritual warriors and light workers, okay? So I'm going to take a look at how this conjunction is going to affect each sign. And you're going to need to take your sidereal ascendant, moon, or sun into consideration. Now, I went ahead and put in the comments the link, and I'll go ahead and highlight that again so that you guys have that. It's also, if you go to astrologicaltarot.com and you just click on Vedic calculation, you can get your calculation there as well. Okay. So that's the main area there. I'm just making sure that it's there. And thank you guys for coming in. It's so lovely to see all of you. Okay, so let me go ahead and pin that for you. There you go. So yeah, so there is the link. You guys can go ahead and go there and go ahead and get that. All right. I want to say hi to some of you before I go through all of the signs today. The lovely Jane is here. You're staying away from the news. I totally understand, dear. I'm right there with you. And Hershey is here. Grand Rising, Michelle and Jonathan, everyone in chat, sending positive vibes to you as well. Hershey, thank you for joining us. Good morning, Peace Mama. It's lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome. And so, does anyone else hear something that sounds like someone is ripping paper? Well, let me know if it's coming from my end. All right. So, all right, Hershey, you're already looking up your chart. That's awesome. So you are ready to go. I love that. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at how this very interesting conjunction is going to impact each sign according to, again, your sidereal ascendant. The ascendant represents your physical body, okay? Your moon, that's how you're going to handle this emotionally. That's your inner self. And your sun, that's your ego and vitality, how you shine in the world. So those are the three things that you can look at from those houses to determine how you're going to handle this energy. And it's a little prelude to the eclipse energy on the 29th too, which I'm going to give a lot more readings on up to that as well. And let me know if you guys like this, because I put a lot of effort into remedial measures and doing this by sign. So let me know if you find it helpful, okay? It's important that you let me know what you guys are getting from this. Okay, so let's start off with Pisces, because that is where this conjunction is occurring in. This is in your first house, okay? That can bring about some confusion regarding your identity. It can bring health issues and a tendency toward escapism. So it's good to maybe set some boundaries, especially if you're not wanting to deal with a lot of the chaos and angst in the collective right now. But make sure that you're coming from a grounded approach and that you're making yourself safe so that you're not so much into that escapism tendency that you kind of lose your footing, okay? A really good Vedic remedy for you today is anything for Lord Surya, because he can help with your vitality. You can do the Surya Namaskar exercises. You can look those up on YouTube or Google. And they're just a series of exercises you can do first thing in the morning just to get all those kinks out and connect yourself, mind, body, and soul, okay? You can also chant the Gayatri mantra and incorporate copper items into your environment. And you can practice a lot of grounding techniques today because of that escapist quality to balance out that Neptunian influence that's on you, okay? So here's your mantra. Om Bhava Swaha Sat Savitur Varenyam Virgo Devyasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodayam. And that is the Gayatri mantra. And it's a very powerful mantra that you can do today that should help. Okay? All right, so let's move on to our next lovely sign. We have Aries, and that is in the 12th house of spirituality. Okay, so what is this going to bring? Increased spiritual experiences, which you can really look forward to. It's also going to bring a potential for losses and confusion in secluded environments. So you're going to want to watch for those. Okay, beautiful Aries. You can chant mantras to Lord Hanuman as a remedy. You can donate. Sesame seeds is what you do in India, but just donations in general are good. Engage in any type of charitable activity because we've got to get you out of your head a little bit. And practice meditation to stabilize your mind because it could be jumping around, okay? And a really good mantra you can do for Hanuman, this is very simple, is Om Hum Hanumataye Namaha. Om Hum Hanumataye Namaha. Om Hum Hanumataye Namaha. And you can do that via a mala 108 times, or just 3 times if that's what you're comfortable with. We're all new, okay? All right. So let's get on to, oh yes, and then the card, I forgot to get into the cards. So the card for Pisces, I'm going to go back a little bit. I actually pulled the Knight of Pentacles reversed for you, Pisces. So that suggests the need to be really cautious about practical matters and avoid being too stubborn or resistant to change during this time. Okay, so you may be feeling stuck or lacking a little motivation today, Pisces, but take practical steps towards your goals and be open to adjusting your approach. And then some modern remedies that you can do is grounding exercises, walking barefoot, feeling the earth, connecting with nature, establishing a more consistent sleep schedule, and then you can seek out professional counseling if needed as well. Okay. And then for Aries, the card that I got for you was I got the King of Pentacles. Woohoo! We all like this. So this is a potential mastery of some stability in your spiritual pursuits. This is a really great time to step into that. Those beautiful spiritual lessons. And the main thing they're saying is you're going to find yourself more drawn to structured or maybe traditional spiritual practices, but be mindful of clinging too rigidly to material comforts or dogma. Okay, that could come out of this as well. All right. Okay, so then the main modern remedy that I have for you, Aries, is you can dedicate some time for daily meditation and mindfulness and create a beautiful sanctuary in your home if you can, or wherever you're staying. It's important to have a spiritual environment around you so you can invite this 12th house energy in. And you can also engage in journaling or self-reflection to kind of get the mind clutter taken care of. Okay. Next, lovely to see you, Mary. Next, I have Taurus, and Taurus, this occurs in your 11th house. Now, this can bring some illusions regarding friendships, your material gains and profits, and your potential for financial deception during this time. So really watch that bank account where your profits are coming from, things like that. Make sure you're practicing good safety techniques when it comes to your credit cards, your bank accounts, your passwords, multi-factor authentication. I can say that today. Just making sure that you're keeping things safe. Okay, some Vedic remedies you can do is you can chant some remedies to Lord Shiva, and you can donate white clothes, but avoid any impulsive financial decisions during this time. And that'll strengthen your Venus a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give you a mantra, dear Taurus. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. And Lord Shiva is a wonderful deity to tap into, so I hope you guys found that helpful. Now, the card I got for you, dear Taurus, is I got the High Priestess again reversed. I got this for you guys yesterday, okay? So this indicates a need to trust your intuition, but be cautious of any of the superficial information that you're getting in your social circles, the news, etc. Okay? You may be feeling disconnected from your inner self or that wisdom. Okay, so take time for introspection and reconnect to that beautiful inner voice within you. Okay, because that's going to help you navigate some of this really confusing energy coming out of this conjunction in the eclipse. Okay, so one modern thing that you can do is you can practice some financial planning, budgeting. You conduct some thorough research before making investments. Eclipse season is not a good time to do that. Okay, but cultivate authentic connections with trusted friends and really rely on them for, kind of a sounding board before leaping and doing anything impulsive, especially in that 11th house of profits, because that can get you in trouble. All right. Now, Gemini, this is affecting your 10th house of career. So this can bring confusion in your career. It can bring a deception in your professional partnerships. It can be more difficult for you to maintain a clear public image during this time. So a really good remedy that you guys can do today, because it is Mercury Day, which is your ruler, is to Lord Vishnu. So you can chant mantras to Lord Vishnu. You can donate green items, vegetables, things like that. But focus on ethical conduct in your work and make sure that you're not going astray in that area. And just those are ways you can strengthen your Mercury. So here's a good mantra for you. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I love Vishnu, you guys. Oh, so I hope that one was helpful. The card that I got for you was, I got the 9 of Cups. So that's a very promising card. This is my wish card. And so this suggests a period of some emotional fulfillment and satisfaction in your career, but you may find yourself achieving your goals and feeling a sense of accomplishment. if you focus on those positive incomes and maintaining that ethical integrity, despite that there might be some people around you that aren't doing it. Okay. Just remain grounded and avoid complacency during this time, and you can get through this. All right. Some modern remedies that you can take are you can refine your professional communication skills right now because Mercury is retrograde and will be part of this eclipse. Practice ethical decision making because Rahu's going to be influencing you. He's the head of demon, and he can nudge you in the wrong direction. Rahu's job is to get us to come back and pay back the karma that we do when he influences us. So it's important to listen to the angel and not the devil on your shoulder. Okay. But just create clear boundaries between your work life and your personal life as well, especially if you're as busy as I am right during this time. It's sometimes you just got to go, you know what, I can't deal with this right now. I'm too busy. Okay. And really focusing on what needs to get done. Okay. Hi, Samantha. It's lovely to see you. Okay. It sounds like white noise. Someone flipping pages or tearing paper. Okay. So let me look into that before I go into Cancer. Do you guys still hear it? I'm not really getting anything over here. Okay, well, let me know if you guys still hear it. All right. I appreciate you guys for letting me know. And Mary, it's lovely to see you. All right. You still hear it? Okay. Well, let's see. Maybe I'll close a few windows here. Okay. All right. I might hear it in the playback. Jonathan, if you have your mic on or anything, let me know. I'm not sure if he's got anything open, but I apologize, guys, for that. It might just be my computer buzzing. Okay. All right. He's saying it's fine on his end. So we'll just close the door and see if we can get things a little better for you guys. I apologize. Okay. So let's get on to Cancer. Cancer is going to be happening in the 9th house. Okay. So that can bring some confusion regarding higher education, philosophical beliefs, and relationships with gurus and father figures. Okay. Some Vedic remedies that you can do here, or you can chant mantras for Lord Brihaspati, that's Jupiter. And you can donate yellow clothing or items and respect your elders during this time for help. That'll also help strengthen your moon as well. Okay. Now, the main sign that I got for you, the card I should say I got for you, is the Queen of Pentacles, but she came up reversed. All right. So this indicates a need to be cautious about practical matters related to your beliefs, your education, and you may be feeling a little insecure or overwhelmed during these eclipses and during this conjunction. So focus on nurturing your growth and avoid relying too heavily on that external validation. Okay. All right, so some modern remedies that you can do, Cancer, is you can engage in some continuous learning, philosophical discussions. You can seek mentorship from trusted individuals and practice self-compassion during this time. So that's really important. Okay, you're still hearing the noise. Let me see if I can do something else. I've got everything turned off. I'll unplug something. It might be my computer. But I can't really, yeah, so something off there. Okay, well, I'm sorry about the white noise, guys, but there's nothing over here that seems to be on other than my computer. So I hope you guys can still hear me. Let me know if it's too much, okay? I might go in and out if I need to, if it's too distracting. Please let me know. Okay, Jane says it's spiritual, I'm sure of it. Okay, because there's nothing in the room and all of my programs are turned off except for StreamYard. So I'm like, I don't know. And then I'm not bothered by the sound when you do your mantra. It sounds like a record player. Oh, thank you, Hershey. I appreciate it. Okay. So, all right. So, Leo, let's get to Leo. That happens in the 8th house. Now, this is a big house of transformation. It can also bring out a potential for hidden enemies, chronic disease, things like that. But it also brings about unexpected transformations and confusion regarding shared resources, inheritances, things like that. Okay, so some Vedic remedies are you can chant mantras to Lord Skanda or Mars. You can donate red items or red lentils, and you can practice self-care to strengthen your sun. And a very, very simple mantra for Lord Mars is Om Kram Krim Kram Sa Bomaya Namaha. And that is a beautiful seed mantra that you can do today for that. Okay. Let me get your card. The card that I pulled for you, Leo, was the King of Swords. I love this guy. Okay, this signifies a need for just clear communication, intellectual honesty, navigating those transformations and shared resources, which could be inheritances, family money, things like that. But just be assertive and direct, but also be compassionate. Try not to be too aggressive in these interactions. Try to keep a clear head and your emotions out of it. Think through it logically rather than reactively, and you'll be able to get a lot more things done. Okay. So some modern remedies that I have for you is you can practice some stress management techniques, especially as people aren't really acting right. Okay. Develop healthy boundaries in your relationships, especially if people aren't being ethical. And seek professional advice for financial planning and to protect yourself and your assets. Okay, so that's just a little bit for you, dear Leo. And then I got for Virgo, I got the 7th house. Now, this is the house of partnerships, so it can bring illusions here. It can bring deception in your relationships as well. And it's difficulty to maintain this balance. So it's important to pay attention to what's going on with your closest relationships. This could be husband, wife, partner, business partners, things that are people that are very familiar to you on a day-to-day basis. Okay. So a really good Vedic remedy that you can do is mantras for Goddess Lakshmi. You can donate green items, focus on clear communication, and just work on strengthening your Mercury. And I've done some previous videos on that. But a very good mantra for lovely, lovely Lakshmi is Om Hrim Shrim Lakshmi Deya Namaha. Om Hrim Shrim Lakshmi Deya Namaha. Om Hrim Shrim Lakshmi Deya Namaha. And she's the goddess of wealth and beauty and love, and she's amazing to work with, you guys. So I hope that helps you, dear Virgo. I adore Lakshmi. She is so close to my heart. Okay, so that gives us to Libra. And Libra is in the lovely 6th house, okay? This can bring some confusion regarding your health. That's why you have all the fruits and vegetables here, daily routines, and this is the house of hidden enemies. So you're going to want to watch for that because they're going to be lurking around the corner, all right? So this is who can help with hidden enemies. Goddess Durga. Oh, see all those weapons? She can really help you out, okay? So you can also donate sweets. You can practice more healthy routines and bring those into your diet. Maybe try out some new foods, a new form of exercise, maybe some balance exercises, because this conjunction can bring a lot of fogginess and instability. So balance exercises is what I'm getting. But these will all strengthen your Venus as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into a really good mantra for Durga. Om Dom Durgaye Namaha. Om Dom Durgaye Namaha. Om Dom Durgaye Namaha. And Goddess Durga is all of the Deva's powers in one being. So if you have a hidden enemy, she'll take care of it for you. So that is a very strong, strong mantra that can help you with this energy. And then the card that I got for you was I got the 4 of Pentacles reversed, and I got the Queen of Swords reversed. Okay, so what does this tell me? This suggests a need to release control and be more open to change in your daily routines. Okay, so bring more health practices in, and try not to be overly rigid in getting things done or possessive. because you can see how she's clutching the purse here, okay? You need to be more cautious regarding your communication because we want to bring her right side up. And don't be too overly defensive or argumentative as well, all right? Now, some modern remedies for you is you can prioritize self-care. You can establish a consistent wellness routine, work on conflict resolution skills, and you can cultivate a more positive mindset during this time. Okay, and I just realized that for Virgo, I did not pull your card. Okay, so for Virgo, I got the Ace of Swords. Okay, so this indicates a need for clarity, decisive action in your partnerships, and you may be presented with new opportunities to cut through those illusions. So be mentally sharp and embrace those new beginnings. Okay, that's the main thing for Virgo, in addition to praying to Goddess Lakshmi. But just establishing clear boundaries in your partnerships is the main thing that I'm getting for you. Okay, Virgo? All right. Trying to stay on track, but I'm sorry you guys are hearing that noise. It's, oh, I wish I knew what it was. We'll just say it's spirit. All right, because it's not anything over here, and I can't hear anything. It's in my computer. It's in my computer, so it might be the conjunction going on, because it does happen in my 11th house of tribe, and that's what I'm talking to right now. So it might be Neptune and Rahu messing with us. So, all right. So I got Scorpio. This is 5th house. Okay. And this is going to bring illusions regarding children, creativity, and investments. That includes the stock market. If you haven't been paying attention, that's a little messy right now, at least in the United States. So you're going to want to protect those things. When I was giving readings last spring, I told all of my clients that were heavily invested in the stock market to beware the Ides of March. And I got a few emails back, and it was like, I'm so glad that, you know, for entertainment purposes only, I was a helpful person there. So it's interesting to see how when we see these stelliums, when we see these eclipses come, and we look historically what happened over time in the past when these events took place, and then see them line up, it's very grounding for us as astrologers, because it tells us, okay, this is a pattern. We need to pay attention to it, and we can prepare for it. That's what you're being asked to do, okay, Scorpio? So this also is the house of your children. So if your kids are acting up, that's the eclipses, okay? So a really great mantra that you can do is you can do chant mantras for Lord Ganesha. And you can also donate red items, red flowers, but avoid any speculative investments right now because it's getting eclipsed, okay? And try to strengthen your Mars. That's that beautiful Manipura energy. So a really good, easy mantra for Ganesha is Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. And he can remove some of those blocks and obstacles in these areas and provide more clarity, which we're all going to need during these eclipses and these stelliums and these weird conjunctions that are going on before the big one on the 29th. Okay. Now, for the beautiful sign of Sagittarius, this is occurring in your 4th house. So this is going to bring some confusion regarding home, family, and your emotional security. You're actually okay with that because Sagittarians, you guys are adventure warriors. You love just being outside in tents and hanging out and lighting campfires and just being out in the woods. So I have a sibling with this energy in her chart, and I'm looking at her life as an adult now. I can definitely see this energy, and it's actually a beautiful thing to see. It's about, you know, releasing the material and stepping into those more spiritual ways of being and seeing the world, which is very admirable. So one thing that you can do to kind of harness this energy, if you're feeling a little insecure about mother, home, and security, because this does affect the mother as well, is you can chant mantras to Lord Shiva. You can donate yellow fruits, and you can spend time in nature. You can also strengthen your Jupiter. Now, because this affects home and mother, which makes us feel secure, I'm going to give you a little stronger mantra for Shiva. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandham Pushtivardhanam Urva Rukamiva Vandana Mrityo Rukshiyamamrita. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandham Pushtivardhanam Urva Rukamiva Vandana Mrityo Rukshiyamamrita. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandham Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandanam Mrityor Mukshiyamamrita. Om Shanti 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 Om Peace Peace Peace. That's for my Sagittarians, okay? I'm sending you lots of love as you go through that because dealing with issues in those departments are never easy. Okay, so the tarot card I got for you was let's see, which one did I pick? Oh, Devil Reversed. Okay, so I got the Devil Reversed for you. This suggests a need to break free from limiting patterns, from addictions that are affecting your home and your family life. You might be getting some awareness for those more negative influences in your life, to just focus on liberation, which you're really good at, and self-control during this time. And it's important that you try to create a peaceful, harmonious environment no matter where you are. Practice, meditation on those family members that are a little more difficult, and seek professional help for overcoming addictions if you're dealing with that as well, because the Devil card can bring some of that energy in. Okay. All right. And Jane says, I'm scared to look at our investments. My husband takes care of all that. Well, Jane, if it's in your chart, it's a good time to take a look at it. Okay, it's good to know where the money's coming from and how it works, especially if you don't want financial codependency going on. Because what if something happens to your husband, or you know what's going on? That's what I tell a lot of women that are in partnerships where one partner has a little more control over the purse than the other, because they just tend to be good at it, or they like the control, or for whatever reason. It's important to know what's going on there. Know the passwords, know where things are invested, pay attention to the markets, just at least on a minimal level, so that if anything happens, you can take the reins. Because anything can happen in this world. People can get sick, things can go awry, and it's important that we don't become codependent in those areas, especially as women in America, which I see in spades. And I'm not saying that that's what you are. It's just in general, it's important to pay attention. Okay. Now, I did realize that I think they'd be going all the way back and forth because I'm looking at your comments, that for Scorpio, the card that I got for you I got the Six of Cups, but it was reversed. So this indicates a need to release the past and be really cautious about romanticizing past relationships and situations right now. You might be feeling a little nostalgic or disconnected, especially with the Venus retrograde, or feeling disconnected from your inner child. So focus on being present and avoid clinging to the past, and that's for Scorpio. And engage in a lot of creative hobbies, activities, practice mindful parenting, and seek professional advice for investment planning, okay? So that's what's there. All right. And I apologize for going back and forth. I'm just trying to figure out what's best for you guys over here in the audience. Oh, you're a Hasta moon. You've been going through the eclipses over the last couple of years, the last 18 months. So I will share more about Hasta moon once we go into that a little later. So, okay, not in this show, but I do a moon reading every day. And Hasta's in Virgo, and right now we're in Scorpio. So it's the golden handed star. It's a really beautiful star to have. Okay. It's your Shakti is that you have the ability to place something of desire in your hand. So on a very, very spiritual level, you can heal with your hands. You can create beautiful things with your hands that benefit the collective. On a more lower scale, you can be a professional thief or a pickpocket. So it's how you use your divine Shakti, your gift. It's the golden handed star. So it's a good one. So, all right. Okay, so let's go into Capricorn. Okay, so Capricorn, this is going to affect your third house. Now, the third house rules communications. Communications are it's how you're interacting with your neighbors, how you're interacting with the people in and around your environment. This also is the house of siblings. There could be some confusion and some illusion in this area. A really good Vedic remedy for you to do is you can donate green items and say, mantras for Buddha, which is Lord Mercury. I'll go ahead and give you a really easy mantra for Lord Mercury. Om Brahm Brim Brahm Sa Budaya Namaha. You can also wear green for Mercury today. Today is Miraculous, and really focusing on healing your Vishuddha chakra, which is throat energy, because there's going to be some confusion in this area. If you find yourself watching the news and getting confused by some of the journalism going on, turn it off. Go to AP or something that you trust a little more, MIT, Pew Research Center. Go to the think tanks and stay away from the crazy comics and things like that, because they're there for eyeballs. They're not there to really give us information. They're there to entertain. Okay. And the card that I got for you is, I got the Fool, but it came up reversed. Okay. So when the Fool comes up reversed, this tells me that, you know, it's great to want to kind of start new things and new adventures, but you need to look at where you're going, especially during eclipse season, because there can be a lot of fogging going on during this time. Okay. So also they're saying think before you speak and speak before you act. Okay. So, and read before you think. So read before you think before you speak before you act. That way you don't end up in a foolish situation or you say something that you regret later. Okay, Capricorn, so that's the main energy that I got for you. Some modern remedies that you can do is you can practice Mauna, which is a day of silence. You just don't talk unless you absolutely need to. Okay, what that will allow you to do is be more introspective with your speech. All right. Now, Aquarius, my lovely Aquarians. This is taking place in your second house. All right. So this can bring a lot of confusion regarding your savings account, your finances, speech, and family values. You can chant mantras for Lord Saturn. You can donate black clothes. You can practice mindful speech, and that can all strengthen your Saturn. So I'll go ahead and give you a mantra for him. Om Pram Prim Pram Sa Shanishwaraya Namaha. Om Pram Prim Pram Sa Shanishwaraya Namaha. Om Pram Prim Pram Sa Shanishwaraya Namaha. And that is a seed mantra that you can do for Lord Saturn, and that can strengthen your discipline in these areas. Okay. If you have an Aquarius moon, he will be transiting your second house after the 29th. So that's a great remedy that you can do in preparation for his next transit, Saturn's next transit in your chart. Okay. The card I pulled for you was the lovely Empress. I love it when I get her. She's just beautiful. So this suggests a need to nurture your finances and values. You may find yourself drawn to creating abundance at this time and beauty in your life. So focus on self-care and creativity. Okay, that's a great way to kind of get through this energy. And then for your modern remedy, you can create a more detailed financial plan that aligns with your core values. You can practice more mindful speech because the second house also rules speech, and it also rules food. So maybe introducing new healthy foods into your diet, and try to spend more quality time with family, because the second card I got was this beautiful 10 of Cups. Okay. So focus on self-care, focus on family, and nurturing yourself and your environment right now. Okay. So during this time, it is absolutely crucial to just practice discernment, because when you get all of these energies happening at once, we've got the North Node, we've got the Sun, we've got Neptune, and they're all in sidereal Pisces, creating this fog. It can lead to illusions, it can lead to wishful thinking, it can lead to making major decisions during that time that we regret later. Okay, so just ground yourself, seek some clarity through meditation and introspection, and be very mindful of your words and actions, because they can have significant karmic repercussions during eclipse seasons. Eclipse seasons are those little angels and devils on our shoulder going, what are you going to choose? And we want to choose right, because when we come back, we don't want our karma to get in the way of our dharma, which is our divine purpose that helps us climb that ladder toward those higher planes of being and thinking and living. So know that this conjunction is very powerful, but it can bring both spiritual awareness and material detachment in a very profound and beautiful way if you embrace the energy and not fight it. Okay. By understanding some of these astrological influences that are coming, you can implement these Vedic remedies, and you can navigate through these challenging times with greater clarity and resilience. That's why I'm doing these videos moving forward, because eclipse season is difficult. You are not alone. So I hope that was helpful, you guys. And the lovely Tarot Stash is here. Cowbell, love you. Thank you. I'm so glad that you'll be doing your chart and rewatching. There might be a little bit of white noise caused by spirit. We'll see. I'll look at the recording later. I'm so sorry about that, guys. That's so strange. And then Jane says, I've been talking to my husband about it a lot. That's awesome. You know, it's great to have that open communication, especially when this, you know, Jonathan is really good at pioneering things in tech because he's got Uranus right on as an ascendant in Gemini. And oh my gosh, he can just figure things out right away. For me, I literally piggyback off him. So he'll figure out the process because he's got this beautiful like electronic engineering mind like you, Jane. And he can just figure out processes. Like there was actually a bunch of transformers that were getting delivered down the street the other day. I didn't even know what they were. And he was like, oh yeah, that's how everything works. And he explained it all to me. And I got some of it. But so what I'm basically trying to say is your mind works a little differently than your husband's mind. You're both brilliant in different areas, but if you can find a way to bridge the communication by saying, if you can try to explain this to me the way that an electrical engineer would understand it, maybe I get it, you know. For Jonathan, he's like, speak English when I speak astrology to him. He's like, speak English. So I have to put it in simpler, more realistic terms for him to kind of understand. He goes, okay, I've got a stellium eclipse happening on my moon opposite Rahu Ketu, and there's Saturn opposition going on. He goes, I have no idea what that is. And so I told him. So I told him what it was in a very practical way. So that's kind of how we bridge our communications a little bit. And yeah, so I hope that's helpful, sweetie. And then you definitely need to be mindful of your thoughts. That's good advice for all of us, Samantha. It's especially during eclipse season. And I'm glad that you guys like the work. I apologize for going back and forth. I was also trying to figure out where that noise was coming from because I can't hear it on my end. So it tells me it might be in my computer, even though I closed all the windows. So I don't know. So hopefully when I do the replay, it's not too hard for you guys. I apologize for that. And then Peace Mama says, I'm confused. The Vedic chart says I'm a triple Libra, and other charts I'm a triple Libra. How is that possible? Well, I made a video about that. You were welcome to watch it. What is the difference between Western and Vedic or sidereal astrology? And I go into the calculations. Sidereal is what is in the sky right now. The Western calculation was formulated over 2,000 years ago, and it does not keep in mind the tilt of the Earth's axis over time, which goes about 1 degree every 72 years, which, you know, in a lifetime you can't really feel, but in 2,000 years, it makes a big difference. And when I discovered that, I went hard at the sidereal calculations. And if you look at some of the real sky apps, like if you get a telescope out and you look at the sky, it's the sidereal calculation. Western it's a fixed calculation that was done about 2,000 years ago. So it's a little older, okay? I studied both. They both have relevance, but I went more of the sidereal route because that just fits my practice a little more at this stage. So, and then James says, aren't the transformer chasing DC to AC maybe? Bubba? Jonathan will explain that to me later. So you guys are brilliant. And yeah, so, and let's see, Willow, I was born under an Aquarius rune. Me too. It matches the Vedic astrology, but Western says my moon is in Pisces. Yes, you are Shadabhishak chakra, Nakshatras, and that is in sidereal Aquarius. The Western is in Pisces because Pisces is about 24 to 25 degrees off because of the tilt to the Earth's axis. It's changed 1 degree every 72 or so years. Okay. So I hope you guys found that helpful. Oh, I'm glad you found it cool. I have a lot of fun doing this, you guys. I'm not gonna lie, it's really fun for me to put these together. And the next few shows, I'm going to be doing this per sign, so you guys can follow along. You can look at your charts. You can find out what's going on, and it's more interactive because I figure if I'm just sitting here talking astrology and you're not able to apply it, then what's the point, right? So good morning, Nicole. It is lovely to see you. If you want to watch the replay and get your particular personal reading, you can go to astrologicaltarot.com, get a free Vedic chart calculation, and then you can follow along based on your sun, your moon, and your ascendant. Okay, sweetie? You can also do it for your kids too, find out what's going on with them. Okay, and you prefer your Western. Yeah, we all have our own methodology and practice. I've studied both. So whatever calls to you. All right. Oh yeah, it does bring me joy, Shane. I'm really passionate about this. Can you tell? It's a lot of hard work, but do what you love. And I love doing this. So yeah. So anyways, I do, before we go, I do want to get into the moon today. The moon is in Anyarada. This is one of my favorite moons because it's where my moon goes into my my dharmic chart, which is my marriage chart. And it totally describes the marriage that I have with Jonathan. It's the Shakti of the power to worship, to do mantras, to set up altars and do spiritual practices in your home. And that's all we do. So our home is like our little mini ashram. So a really beautiful activity that you guys can do under this moon, in addition to a lot of the remedial measures that I gave you, which included worship, is to find people to do this with, okay? Because this is about love, it's about devotion, it's about intuition, friendship, exploration, and cooperation. Anyarada means another Radha, and Radha was the divine counterpart to Krishna. She's his other half, because in the Vedic tradition, for every male deity, there is a equal, powerful female deity. Okay, so they include both, which I love. It's like, Shiva Shakti, Parvati Shiva, so all of the planets have a female counterpart or counterparts that are also linked to their energy as well. So this is all about uniting that beautiful divine feminine and masculine energy, whatever you have more of, and look that up in your chart too, by the way, and just allowing that to form a beautiful environment of worship today and community. So I want to thank you guys for sharing this moon with me today. I had a lot of fun. And again, I do apologize for the noise. I will try to look into that so it doesn't happen again tomorrow. But know that I am holding you all in my hearts. I really do hope that you watch the replay, share some of these videos, because I'm putting a lot of work into these. If you can like, subscribe, hit the notification, all the YouTube-y things, leaving a comment afterwards helps too. And that will help me go into these astrological insights more for you. Okay, so, and I'm not going to be able to be on the show tonight because this stellium is happening on my husband's fourth house of real estate, and we have jackhammers right outside the window. It started about 10 a.m. and they go till about 6:30. So, and this has been going on for 8 weeks, but right now they're right outside our apartment. So I'm like, I can't give readings with jackhammers right outside the door. So I apologize for not being able to connect with you guys this afternoon. But hopefully this project will be over soon and I'll be able to connect again. So just leave a comment below, questions, experiences, and know that I am sending you tons of love. Warrior Girl, thank you for joining us. Jessica Lynn, lovely to see you. And I hope you watched the replay because I went into a lot of information for you guys to work with today. And then Nicole says, I have a Scorpio moon and Capricorn rising in Eastern. Okay, very cool. Well, you can go back and look at the readings I did for you there. And it was based on the sidereal chart. It was not based on the Western, just to let you guys know. Okay. So I am sending you all tons of love, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow because I'm doing this again, and it's going to be another really great transit that I'm gonna bring forth. Okay, all right. So Om Shanti, Om Peace, Om Love. Take care, everyone.
Sacred knowledge from the stars. Vedic truth heals ancient scars. Mantras clear the karmic way, bringing light to guide each day. Let the planets show their signs as the cards and stars combine. Ancient wisdom flows